Well, this month, we start with the murder of a policeman. You'll almost certainly have read about the case, and it appeared in the press on the same day as Mrs. Gandhi's death was reported. It was 7 weeks ago, Wednesday the 31st of October. Police Sergeant John Speed, a married man with 2 children, was buried at Leeds Parish Church, ironically just 50 feet from where he'd been gunned down. He was shot as he went to help a colleague who was gravely wounded. Sergeant Speed and his colleague were both unarmed, and on the face of it, there appeared to be precious little motive for such violence. But West Yorkshire Police believe the shooting may be linked to 2 previous robberies in the area. We start our reconstruction with a look back to 1981.
Police, please. Hello? Could you send somebody round now to outside Leeds Parish Church? There's 2 guys that look like they're going to pinch your car. It's a yellow Mark III Ford Cortina. It's right outside the door, right opposite the front door.
2977, will you attend Kirkgate near to the parish church? A report of 2 men acting suspiciously near to a yellow Ford Cortina saloon.
Just a minute. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. Why? What's wrong?
We've had a report that 2 men have been acting suspiciously round this car park. Is it you?
I've done out.
You've been messing about with this Cortina?
No.
Have you been in this car?
I've checked around the car park, but all is in order.
2977. Couldn't you get Sergeant Speed to come to the front of the parish church, Kirkgate? (1013). 1013. I've been shot. Get an ambulance. 2977 to control. Description of gunman. He's a white male, about 40 years of age. Stocky build, wearing a grey flat cap and an olive green army-type jacket.
Have control to all available units. Go immediately to the parish church area. With a report that PC Thorpe and Sergeant Speed have been shot. The gunman and a second man are running towards Shannon Street. 1509 is in pursuit.
Get out of the van.
What the hell's going off, mate?
Just leave me a van.
What's the guy there? Everybody's fighting this. Come on then.
Belgav control to all units. Suspect has hijacked a port transit van. The registration number, Echo Whiskey Uniform 455 Yankee. It's blue in colour and has Stanton roofing painted on the side with a ladder fixed to the roof.
Stantons. It's the police from Gipton. Can you put the light on top of that van? It'll help us to find it. Okay, thank you very much.
The Indian Prime Minister, Mrs. Gandhi, has been shot dead by assassins in Delhi. The shooting happened just a few hours ago, and Mrs. Gandhi was rushed to hospital for...
Spot of weather, please, Francis.
Yes, there's a splash reaching Scotland and Ireland now, and it's going to be a damp Halloween for Scotland and Ireland. Further south, England and Wales looks pretty good today. It's going to be warm, quite sunny. There's some morning mist to clear. There's the odd patchy black cloud.
Of the sad death of Mrs. Gandhi, but we will be bringing you that tomorrow.
There we are, thank you very much indeed. Very warm, extraordinarily warm for the time of the year, don't you think?
Yeah, it should be about 12, 13. It's probably 16, 17 this afternoon, yeah. So Indian summer.
Go ahead, 3827. I found the van, it's in St. Elmo Grove.
Is anybody with it?
Yes, there's a man stood at the back of it. Can I have some backup, please?
Okay, keep your distance, keep it under observation. Don't forget he's armed. I'll send some assistance.
Yes, 10 pounds. Belgav control to Firearm Unit 51. Will you attend St Elmo's Grove, Leeds 9 immediately? The hijacked vehicle has been recovered in that area. Will you conduct an immediate search there? all patrols. The gunman was last seen at 10:10 hours outside the Anglers Club in Nippet Lane. He's a white male, 5 feet 10 inches, well built although not fat, around 40 years of age, mousy coloured hair but grey in collar length. He's wearing a brown and grey checked cap, olive green combat type jacket and dark trousers. Can I reiterate that this man is armed and dangerous? If seen, do not approach, but inform control.
Well, the man in charge of the inquiry is Detective Chief Superintendent John Conboy. Firstly, why are you linking those two raids we saw at the beginning of that reconstruction, the two raids in Pudsey in 1981?
Because the gun used and the bullets used are very similar to the gun and bullets used in the shooting of the two police officers.
And what do we know about this gun?
It's a .38 revolver, similar to that gun there.
Right. People in the underworld might know about that gun.
It may well be that somebody has sold the gun within the last few months in Leeds, yes.
All right, now let's try and establish the geography. All of this, of course, took place within a very small area. In fact, within 1.5 miles of Kirkgate Parish Church, where the shooting happened. The gunman then ran off, chased by Constable John Raj, to this point here, where he hijacked that blue van at Rhodes Filling Station. The next sighting we have is about a mile away in St Elmo Grove, where, incredibly it seems, he stayed with the van for over 3/4 of an hour. Then, having been spotted by a patrol car, he abandoned the van, taking with him a blue helmet, and headed off this way. Here at Torrey Road, he was seen getting rid of the blue helmet. But the trail didn't end there. There were 4 more sightings of the gunman before he reached Leeds Anglers Club at Nippets Lane, where he was seen for the last time, as far as we know, by that woman hanging out her washing. Now, why would he have spent 3/4 of an hour with the van?
Well, I feel he was hiding in public in that area. It's a quiet area of Leeds, off the main York-Leeds road. It may well be he's waiting for his accomplice to arrive there, or it may well be that he was going to carry out a robbery at a nearby post office or building society.
Right. What had happened to his accomplice, incidentally?
Well, his accomplice was last seen running through the Garden of Rest and onto the railway embankment, and we don't really have any more sightings of him then.
But I gather he was seen, or at least conceivably it was him, was seen talking to a woman by some people working in an old people's home.
There's a possibility he was seen on the Eber estate of Bermontofts by people in the old people's home talking to that woman there,
Now,
yes.
this woman hasn't come forward yet, despite your appeals.
No, we would like her to come forward. She's about 45'4" with fair hair. I've made a number of appeals for her to come forward, and I feel she should do, because I think she gave that man directions.
And what about that man? What do we know about his appearance?
Well, he's between 30 and 40, 5'10" to 6 foot. He's got dark brown hair. He was wearing a dark donkey jacket and green overalls.
Presumably what you want from the public are any sightings that they might have had of these two men on that morning. It was, what, Wednesday the 31st of October? All this happened between roughly 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, it may well be that people in Leeds may have seen those two men together before, and I would hope they would come in and tell us if they have. Any criminal in Leeds, and we've had a great deal of help from the criminals of Leeds, may identify them. I would hope they'd come forward. And if there's anyone who may have kept them in a guest house, lodging house or hotel the night before, I would like them to come forward.
The underworld really has helped you try and trace this man?
They have, yes.
Here is the Crimewatch video fit of him. There you see him coloured in. Maybe you could just repeat what we're looking for.
Well, he's about 40 years of age, 5'10". He's stocky build. He was wearing that check cap, olive green combat jacket, dark trousers, and as I've said, he's about 40 years of age.
In the reconstruction, he had a rather stiff sort of gait, a rather strange run. Was that because he'd hurt himself, or does he normally run like that?
He may have hurt himself near the wall at the parish church. A number of witnesses have said he ran pincy-toed.
Right. John Conboy, thank you very much indeed. If there's any way in which you think that you might be able to help, please do call us. Here's the number, 01811 8055. Remember, there's a very big reward. You can talk to a BBC researcher if you prefer. You can call the police directly in Leeds. The number there is Leeds 454 197. That's 0532 454 197. And let me stress that you can call in the strictest confidence.